Good morning, everyone. Happy 250th to the United States of America. Once again, good morning. Welcome to Louisville Metro Hall to celebrate Louisville America 250, an American Declaration. Oh, say, can you see? I'm John Ramsey, your host. Are we a little early? Ladies and gentlemen, a little bit early, but actually right on time. Please salute as we fly over and celebrate our 250th birthday. Beautiful. What a way to kick it off. I love it. I know it's a little bit hot today. Believe me, when you get home, your air conditioners are going to ask for a paid vacation. It's a little warm. I want to remind you, though, there is a cold water station over to my right. You'll see a tent over there. So if you need some cold water, please help yourself. We got a great event today, I promise you. We're going to deliver the nation's story and do it in an entertaining fashion. We'll recall two seminal events that led to the Revolution: the Boston Tea Party, Paul Revere's Ride. We'll be entertained by members of the St. Stephen's Choir, and what will be a very memorable moment, listen as cast members from the Broadway production of Hamilton as they read the Declaration of Independence and perform a couple of classic American songs. Near the conclusion of our event, Louisville America 250 will debut a special audio-visual presentation that I am absolutely sure you're going to love. It'll make you feel very patriotic. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So we had the great start with the flyover, but let's get on with it. I am pleased and honored to introduce this gentleman. He is a man who believes in American values, in making our communities safe and healthy, whether it be beautification of parks, the restructuring and reopening of pools, which are important today, outdoor swimming pools. And folks, this is a guy who has his heart in the right place, and we should celebrate him. Please welcome to the stage, Mayor Craig Greenberg.
Thanks, John. Thank you, sir. Thanks, John. Thank you. Well, thank you so much, John, and good afternoon, Louisville. Happy 4th of July. Happy 250th birthday, America. It is great to be with everyone here today. I want to thank all of you for coming out to celebrate our city, to celebrate each other, to celebrate our country. Thanks to all of the elected officials who have joined us. I see we've gotten folks from our city council, from our state legislature, from all over our city. Thank you all so much for what you do. To the America 250 Commission here in Louisville, thank you for your support, for planning this event and so many others all across our entire city to celebrate this great day. I want to give a thanks to Leslie Broker and Broadway Across America. You guys are in for a treat today. She was able to help us make sure that some of the members from Hamilton are right here on the street where it happens today, and you guys are in for a treat. I also want to direct your attention right here to your right. Check out this great vehicle that we have. I want to thank Todd Ashton of the Kentucky Truck Plant for bringing us the Ford debut of the Proud to Honor Super Duty truck, designed specifically for America 250. Only 2 of these trucks exist in the entire world. One of them is right here in Louisville, where the Super Duty is made at the Kentucky Truck Plant, and the other one is up in our nation's capital today. So a giant thanks to Ford. We are proud to be a Ford city here in Louisville. You know, friends, today we come together to celebrate the founding of our nation and the enduring ideals that define it: freedom, opportunity, and the belief that we're stronger when we all move forward together. 250 years ago, a group of individuals made a bold and courageous decision to declare independence to chart a new path grounded in liberty, democracy, and possibility. And the words of the Declaration of Independence still challenge and inspire us all today. You can see them right behind you today. You can see them just a couple of blocks away, because here in Louisville, we are honored to have a rare 1823 copy of the Declaration of Independence that's on public display at the Sons of the American Revolution Museum a few blocks away on Main Street. And when you reread the words of the Declaration, I hope that you, like me, are reminded that our country is not defined by perfection, but by progress, by the work that each of us do every day to build a more perfect union, a more united country for all. And here in Louisville, that work is happening every day. It's happening every day in our local government, in our neighborhoods, in our families, our places of worship, and every corner of our city. And special moments like today give us the opportunity to pause, reflect, and recommit ourselves to these values that bring us all together. The Declaration is far more than a historical document. It's a call to action and a shared responsibility to care for one another, to lift one another up, and to leave something better for the generations that follow all of us. Right now, at a time when division can feel louder than unity, we each have a choice. Instead of chaos and division, we can choose to listen to one another. We can choose to talk to one another, to come together and build a future that's rooted in hope, purpose, and opportunity. That's what I believe we're doing right here in Louisville. Yes, so please, take a moment today. Take a moment today to reflect on what our great country means to you, on what our great city means to you, and what role you can play in shaping its future. Because the story of America is still being written. Each of us is writing history every day. Each of us is making history in our family, our workplace, our neighborhood, our city, our state, our country. We're each making it just a bit better every day, and only in America do you have that freedom. So I encourage all of you to take part. And friends, before Ben from the 250 Commission comes up to greet you as well, I want to leave you with a reminder. The city of Louisville is almost as old as our country. In fact, Louisville is 248 years old. So I know today we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of our country, but 2028 is going to be another big year for our city. Of course, we'll have the 154th Kentucky Derby. We'll once again have Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life like we do every year. We will also have the Solheim Cup. Right here, just a couple blocks away, we'll have the United States Olympics gymnastics trial, and we will once again celebrate big, as in a couple of years we celebrate our city's 250th anniversary. So that is something to look forward to in the years ahead. But today, enjoy the celebration. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our city. Thank you for helping move our city and our country forward. Happy Independence Day to you all. Happy 250th birthday. And on Monday night, let's all be cheering Team USA in the World Cup as we beat and keep advancing USA, USA, USA. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
One more time, folks, that is our leader who cares about every community, every individual, Mayor Craig Greenberg. Now I'd like to introduce you to the chair of the Louisville America 250th Celebration Committee. Please welcome to the stage Bill Geese. Ben Geese. Ben almost got that wrong, didn't I? Good to see you, Ben. You look mighty handsome.
Thank you. My grandfather's name was Bill.
Is that all right?
Yeah,
All right, then.
Yeah. Hello and good afternoon. As Mr. Ramsey shared, my name is Benjamin Geese. I got a little chuckle because my grandfather was Bill Geese. And so it's an honor to certainly be reminded of him this morning. As I woke up this morning, I started this morning with our friends at Locust Grove for our first event of the day, Dawn's Early Light, around a silent reflection of a fire burning in front of that 1790 homestead of our city's founder, Revolutionary War General George Rogers Clark. And the speakers that morning resonated with me as a lifelong Louisvillian, a lifelong Kentuckian, and a damn proud American. You can cheer for that. Come on now. It's 2:50. Let's show them what it's about. At that special event this morning led by my good friend Jessica Dawkins, we heard from several members, different walks of life, all over the world, all over the city, all over the country, talk about the distinct honor we have to call ourselves Americans. We call ourselves Americans no matter what part of the world we come from, because when we come to America, we believe in the ideals of our founders. We believe in the ideals of Mr. Jefferson that peeks over my shoulder, that if you come to America and you play by the rules and you work hard, then you are entitled to life, liberty, and your individual pursuit of happiness. And let's get a rounding cheer for Mr. Jefferson today. This statue behind me, most people don't know. Most people don't know the history of the statue behind me. It was gifted 150 years ago by Isaac Wolf Bernheim. You know that last name from Bernheim Forest. Bourbon drinkers know it from I.W. Harper Bourbon. The gentleman that donated this statue behind me of Thomas Jefferson to our city 150 years ago fled persecution in Europe, came to the United States for one simple reason, the freedom of religion. Mr. Bernheim was a man of the Jewish faith. He came to America. He became America's first bourbon millionaire. How Louisville appropriate is that? And after that, he was so, again, damn proud to be an American that he spent his fortune gifting this statue of Thomas Jefferson to our city, the statue of Henry Clay and Dr. Ephraim McDowell in the Kentucky State Capitol Rotunda, and in the Statuary Hall of Washington, D.C., our national capital, the statue of Abraham Lincoln just up the road at the library. And when he died, he left his money and created a little place called Bernheim Forest. Now, that's the America that we know and we love. That's the America that we celebrate. That's the America of our forefathers, and God willing, it will be the America of our descendants. I speak today of history and of legacy and of my ancestors. Again, there's something in the air today. John called me Bill when I walked up. My first ancestor in America, his name was Bill. His name was William Geese. And he arrived to the city of Louisville from southern Germany in 1863. He came seeking the American dream. He founded a butcher shop just blocks away down here on Jefferson Street. And he started my family's American dream, our legacy. And I can only imagine what he must think today, peering down somewhere from on high, that 150 years later, his great-great-grandson gets to stand here and talk about what a blessing and an honor it is to be an American. Thank you. I think also of my mother's family, who's a bit older in this country, who came to America in the 1600s to the colony of Virginia, served in the Revolution under Rogers Clark, Lafayette, Washington, and ultimately made their way down to this part of the country and settled what today is Mammoth Cave National Park. They lived on Mammoth Cave until it was seized by the government in the Great Depression. And after that, they needed jobs. They needed work. So what did they do? They loaded up their car. They got on the road. They took the Dixie Highway north, and the car broke down in Louisville, Kentucky. Pleasure Ridge Park, to be exact. There we go. Let's hear it from the South Enders. You all are the best ones in the city, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But I say all these things to reflect on what a blessing it is to be an American, to thank the people who came before us, who started this legacy of freedom, of liberty, and of civic virtue. When we think about America today, I want to leave behind a land for my future family that is as great as it is today, if not better. I want us to maintain the world's preeminent power on the earth, a force for good throughout the world. And as I think here in the stands, my mother, Sheila, my father, Michael, my mother-in-law, Sue, but most importantly, my wife, Emily, who is over here in the white stand. I'm waving. I don't know if she can see me or not. But I think about my wife, and I think about the child that she is carrying now. Let's give a round of applause for that baby. If all goes well, she'll be born in December of 2026, still in the year of America 250. Due date's December 30th, so let's pray. But when my baby girl turns 50, it'll be the year 2076, the tricentennial of the United States, 300 years since July 4, 1776. And I want my daughter to stand here 50 years every bit as damn proud as I am to be a Louisvillian, to be a fighting Kentuckian, and to be a proud American. Let's get a round of applause for that, too. I'll end by saying this. The future of Louisville, the future of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and the future of these united states of America rest in each of us. It rests in the children who sign their names on that declaration. Those are the ones who will be here in 50 years. If you are a child under the age of 17, raise your hand. I want to see you. It's up to you. It's up to you to take these values into the future. It's up to you to tell the future mayor of 2076 to do something on America 300. It's up to you to carry our city, state, and nation forward. And I know that we're in good hands. So, if we could, just in closing my remarks, what good is a birthday party without singing happy birthday? Most of you probably don't know the birthday song was written here in Louisville, Kentucky by two sisters and went all over the world. It's the most popular song in the world. Forget Nashville, we have the most popular song in the world in Louisville. So on the count of three, I want us to sing happy birthday. We all know it. Happy birthday, we'll say USA. Let's do it at the count of three. I don't want you to be shy. I want you to be loud and proud. A proud damn American, like I said earlier. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear USA. Happy birthday to you.
Ben Geese, beautiful speech. If my car breaks down in the South End, I hope I'm at Mike Lenning's with a cold beer in my hand. Here we go. Again, we thank you for coming out today. I realize it's hot, but this is a day to feel patriotic, proud to be Louisvillians, and I am so proud of the direction of this city. Sometimes we fail to mention Rachel Greenberg, our city's first lady, and I want to get a round of applause for her. She is as beautiful inside as she is outside. Before we get started, I'm going to take a moment to set the scene a little bit, folks. It's about a revolution, the American Revolution, both here in Louisville and our new nation. Imagine it's 1776. The American Revolution rages in the East, from the blood-soaked hills of Bunker Hill to the freezing waters of the Delaware. George Washington and the Continental Army fight a desperate, agonizing war of survival. But here in the Appalachians, in what is now modern-day Kentucky, a much different and dirtier war is fought. The British and their allies are determined to crush the revolution from behind. A relentless young Virginian, the Hannibal of the West, George Rogers Clark, has a very different idea, and he decides to take the war to the British. Clark leads a fierce band of Kentucky militia from the river stronghold of the Falls of Ohio on Corn Island, the birthplace of Louisville, on a seemingly impossible winter march across the frozen wilderness of the Northwest Territory, seizing British forts and even capturing the British Royal Governor of Detroit at Vincennes. While Washington forces mightily urged and emptied King George's army and brought the empire to its knees, the blood spilled in Kentucky and the western wilderness helped force the British surrender. Were it not for Clark and his heroic militia, America's border would have stopped at the Ohio River. Instead of Indiana, you'd be looking across at the Ohio River and it would be called Canada. By tying down British troops, these militias secured and broadened America. It's really an amazing story. Louisville and Kentucky not only played a role in the Revolution in these early crucial years of our nation, they helped secure victory. So now, as a part of our great American celebration, Louisville America 250 is proud to present one of the more famous moments that led to our American Revolution. Please enjoy a reenactment of the Boston Tea Party.
December 16th, 1773. Boston Harbor is a powder keg. Under the cover of a freezing darkness, thousands gather at the Old South Meeting House. A tempest brew, roused by memories of Boston Massacre, fueled by drink, and pushed to the brink by British tyranny, and now a tax on tea. Enough! And suddenly the doors burst open. The Sons of Liberty took to the streets, many loosely disguised as Mohawk warriors, and marched silently toward the wharf. Boarding the British merchant ships Dartmouth, Beaver, and Eleanor, they split the midnight air with sounds of splintering wood and shattering crates.
Keep it quiet, men. Don't alert the guards. Here's some water for your tea, King George.
For 3 intense hours, 342 chests of East India Company tea are hurled into the cold Atlantic waters of Boston Harbor. No blood is spilled, no property is looted, but 92,000 pounds of tea is destroyed in a massive act of economic defiance. By morning, the harbor is black with steeped tea. The British Empire is furious, and the spark of revolution is officially lit. The colonials didn't just dump tea, they set off the drowning of an empire.
What a night! What a night that must have been in Boston. Dumping what is today valued at well over $2 million of tea into the harbor. And with that, now let me set the scene for the creation of our Declaration of Independence. The colonies were on the edge, a tinderbox. Tensions were very high. Escalating taxes, martial law, blockades, governmental abuses, and skirmishes by British troops. These and other pivotal events propelled the Second Continental Congress to finally break with the British Empire. Listing 27 grievances against King George III, the Declaration of Independence was adopted on July 4th, 1776. It is the founding document of the United States and announced to the world that the 13 American colonies regarded themselves as free and independent states no longer under British rule. Drafted primarily by Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration established the radical idea that government exists to serve the people, solely from the consent of the people, asserting that everyone possesses inherent, unalienable rights. You'll notice once again to my left, the statue of Mr. Jefferson himself is watching over our festivities today. You might notice a slight grin on his face at what he sees here. Coincidentally, 2026 marks the 125th anniversary of the installation of the Jefferson statue, which, as mentioned by Ben, was donated to the citizens of Louisville by the Bernheim family. With that, I hope everyone is excited as I am on what it is an honor to do to welcome the cast members from the Broadway Across America production of Hamilton, who will read from the Declaration of Independence.
In Congress, July 4th, 1776, the unanimous Declaration of the 13th United States of America.
When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer than right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. It is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for future security.
The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws.
He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with many firmness his invasions on the rights of the people.
He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, obstructing the laws for the naturalization of foreigners, and refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations. He has obstructed the administration of justice. He had made judges dependent on his will alone.
He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. For protecting armed troops by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states.
For cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond the seas to be tried for pretended offenses.
For abolishing our most valuable laws and altering the forms of our governments, for suspending our legislatures. He has abdicated government here, waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coast, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people.
He is transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren.
He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions.
Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince, whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant, he is unfit to be the ruler of the free people.
Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them of their attempts of their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here.
They too have been deaf to the voice of justice. We must therefore hold them, as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war and peace, friends.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, appeal to the Supreme Judge of the world, in the name and by authority of the good people for these colonies, solemnly publish and declare
that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved.
And that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states must do.
And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
No, don't move that. Okay, we're good there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That is our Declaration of Independence. You will hear more from the Hamilton cast a little bit later on. So long, King George. Sorry that you had to put up the L. That was a big loss for you. We look forward to welcoming them back. We will bring them back to sing a few American songs. But now we present another very pivotal moment in the Revolution. On April 18th, 1775, Paul Revere and others embarked on a midnight ride to warn the colonial militia that the British redcoats would soon be on the march from Boston. Revere's ride immediately preceded the first engagements of the American Revolution, the battles of Lexington and Concord, which sparked the famous phrase, "The shot heard round the world."
The clock strikes midnight, April 18, 1775. Boston is under occupation, and a British armada is preparing to strike. But across the dark waters of the Charles River, one man waits in the shadows, Paul Revere. When twin lanterns appear in the Old North Church steeple, Revere ignites his horse into the darkness. Yeah! Spurring his mount through the treacherous Massachusetts countryside, Revere rides straight into the jaws of the enemy. House by house, town by town, he tears through the night, screaming a desperate warning to the sleeping countryside.
Wake up! Grab your arms! The redcoats are coming! Grab your arms! The British are coming!
Because of this breathless midnight dash, the militias awaken, the gunpowder is saved, and at Lexington, the morning sun rises on a waiting army. Revere didn't just outrun the British. He rode a nation straight into the dawn of liberty.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Revere. That was the Derby horse I bet on. He's still running, so there we go. Now, please welcome back the cast from Broadway Across America's production of Hamilton.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that golden skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
I roamed and rambled and followed my footsteps to the fur-clad forest of our mighty mountains, and all around me a voice was calling.
This land was made for you and me.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Sun was shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling. As the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me.
This land is
Your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me, you and me. This land was made for you and me.
That is very moving, beautiful. I'm going to go off script a little bit because these very talented actors and actresses and obviously singers did this for free. They wanted no compensation. They are proud Americans as well. Eddie Ortega, who will be turning in the role as Mulligan in Madison. He's from Orlando. That was Aisha Sogu, who is born and raised in Greensboro, North Carolina. And Lily Soto, who is also playing Eliza Hamilton in the national tour of Hamilton. All of these are very accomplished, as you can tell, beautiful. Give them one more big round of applause. Thank you. Now I have the honor of introducing Jason Claiborne and the members of the choir from St. Stephen Baptist Church to perform America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for heroes proved in liberating strife, who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy glory find. With all success, the nobleness, and every day divine. Oh, beautiful for patriot's dream that sees beyond the years, thine alabaster city gleam undimmed by human fear. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy
Beautiful. One more time, St. Stephen's Choir. Woo! All right, we're not done yet. Please welcome, if you would please, the Sons of the American Revolution Color Guard, who will join the St. Stephen's Choir as they perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, brave.
Thank you so much. Wow. Nothing like a little Zambelli fireworks. We love George Zambelli and his team. I now have the special privilege. Whoa. Wow. Woo! It was just like thunder over Louisville. Just when I thought it was over, Zambelli hits me with the big grand finale. So I apologize for that interruption, but wow. All right, one more time, if you would, please, for the American Revolution Color Guard and the St. Stephen's Choir. Wow. Got some cold chills, and yeah, I'm deaf for the rest of my life. But I now do have that special privilege I was referring to introduce the debut of an audiovisual production of the poem, Proud to be an American. It will be narrated by my dear friend and Louisville's own Lonnie Ali. Lonnie graciously agreed to lend her voice to this piece. Lonnie, if you would, I don't know where you are, but please wave. We thank you for, you do so much, Lonnie. You're not only a great American ambassador, but we're proud to call you an ambassador of Louisville. Proud to be an American was adapted from an unattributed work by Wayne Hettinger of Visual Presentations for the American Bicentennial in 1976, and with the help and support of the Louisville America 250 Committee, it has been updated to celebrate and enjoy today. Please direct your attention to the video screen.
I was born on July 4th, 1776, and the Declaration of Independence is my birth certificate. The bloodlines of the world run through my veins because I offered the ideals of freedom. I am many things and many people. I am the nation. I am 342 million living souls, embracing all, from the native born to the immigrant. I am Nathan Hale, Crispus Attucks, Phyllis Wheatley, and Paul Revere. I stood at Lexington and fired the shot heard around the world. I am Washington, Jefferson, Hamilton, Franklin, and Betsy Ross. I am John Paul Jones, Abigail Adams, and the daughters and sons of liberty. I am Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, Lewis and Clark, York, and Sacagawea. My freedoms won by revolutionaries are nourished to this day by civic engagement and moral conviction of my citizenry. I am Harriet Tubman, Clara Barton, Nat Turner, John Brown, and Frederick Douglass. I am Grant, Lee, and Abe Lincoln. I remember the Alamo, the Maine, Pearl Harbor, and 9/11. When freedom called, I answered and stayed until it was over there. I left my heroic dead in Flanders fields, on the rocks of the Corregidor, the bleak slopes of Korea, in the steaming jungles of Vietnam, the harsh deserts of Iraq, and in the rugged mountains of Afghanistan. I am Pershing, MacArthur, Schwarzkopf, and Powell. I am the ghost of the millions who have lived and died for me. I am the Brooklyn Bridge, the wheat fields of Kansas, and the granite hills of Vermont. I am the coal mines of the Virginias and the bluegrass of Kentucky, the Golden Gate, and the Grand Canyon. I am Independence Hall, the spirit of St. Louis, and a footprint on the moon. I am big. I stretch from the Atlantic to the Pacific. My arms reach out to embrace Alaska and Hawaii. More than 3 million square miles, pulsing with industry and technology. I am nearly 2 million farms, quiet villages, and cities that never sleep. I am forest, field, mountain, and desert. My waterways surge across a land laced with streams and mighty rivers, and crowned by the majestic Great Lakes. Look at me. See my future through opportunity offered the children born of this great land and those welcome to it. I am 140,000 schools and colleges and more than 300,000 places of worship where my people worship God as they think best. I am Alexander Graham Bell, Helen Keller, Madam C.J. Walker, and Steve Jobs. I am a ballot dropped into a box, an editorial in a newspaper, and a post on social media. I am Susan B. Anthony and Rosa Parks. I am the voice of a choir in a cathedral and the roar of a crowd in a stadium. I am the World Series, the Super Bowl, the Final Four, the Daytona 500, and the Kentucky Derby. I am Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, Jim Thorpe, and Roberto Clemente. I am Serena Williams, Simone Biles, and Michael Jordan. I am Tom Edison, Albert Einstein, and Walt Disney. I'm Henry Ford, the Wright brothers, and Katherine Johnson of NASA. I am the continuing struggle to ensure all my people are treated equally and with dignity. I am John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and Muhammad Ali. Yes, I am the nation, and these are the things I am. I was conceived in freedom, and God willing, in freedom, I will spend the rest of my days. Proud to be an American.
That one got me a little bit. One more time, are you proud to be an American? In the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them. A decent respect of the opinions of mankind requires they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. The history of King George and Britain and repeated injuries is having absolute tyranny over the states. These facts can be submitted to a very candid world. But today we celebrate the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. Before we go, I want to invite Mayor Greenberg and First Lady Rachel Greenberg to come up and put their John Hancock on this oversized replica of the Declaration of Independence. And then everyone here can come up and sign their name. Mayor, Rachel. There we go. We're going to sign it over there. I want you to check out the Kentucky 250 time capsule from our Secretary of State, Michael Adams. It's in the bourbon barrel. That'll be opened in 2051. For more info, go to sos.ky.gov. Check out the amazing Louisville-built 2027 Ford F-250 Super Duty, featuring Proud to be American Honor Package. Only 2 in America. The other is on display at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Before you go, feel free to go up the steps behind me to Louisville Metro Hall. Inside, there's a video loop and a full reading of the Declaration of Independence, one led by Mayor Greenberg and another led by the cast of Hamilton, who portrays Thomas Jefferson. There is also a copy of the Declaration of Independence recognizing Louisville's original William Stone reproduction of the Declaration, now on display, as the mayor mentioned, at the Sons of American Revolution building on Main Street. Additionally, the Fraser Kentucky History Museum on Main Street is now offering free admission from 1 to 4 today, but there's a catch. To get in free, you must say, "I am to a Kentuckian," words that were once said by Abraham Lincoln. Later this afternoon, do not miss the 4th of July Independence Festival on the Tough Mutt Great Lawn at Waterfront Park. Lots of great activities, big fireworks, all by George Sambelli and his crew. That begins at 5. On behalf of the Louisville American 250 celebration, I want to thank Mayor Craig Greenberg, the Louisville Metro Council, the Louisville America 250 Committee, Chair Ben Geese, Leslie Broker, thank you, with Broadway Across America, and the cast of Hamilton members. Lonnie Ali, Jason Claiborne, the St. Stephen's Choir, thank you. The Sons of the American Revolution Color Guard, good old King George as played by Michael Busey, and our Boston Tea Party Colonials led by Pat Carroll, Paul Revere is played by Glenn Austin, Smoke on Aviation Team and Pat McDonald, LMPD, and the LMPD Mounted Patrol. We'd like to thank the Louisville Fire Department, Facilities and Fleet, Parks and Recreation, Public Works, and SWMS, Louisville Metro TV. Thank you for being here. Louisville Water Company, MSD, as well as production partners, Jason Shaw and the team at Axis, Wayne Hettinger, who is a legend of visual presentations, my friend and colleague and one of the leaders of the city, Mike Maloney, A250 event celebration chair with the mayor's office. Thank you very much, Mike. And before I go, everyone, thank you very much. Proud to be an American. Happy birthday. Happy 250th. Thank you.